So here we are, it's fight week. The big heavyweight showdown between Vladimir Klitschko and Tyson Fury is just a few days away. And we've also got James DeGale defending his IBF super middleweight world title over in Canada against Lucien Bute happening on the same night. Now, in this particular fight week, I wanted to switch things up a little bit and try something different, which is to reach out to some of the general public, my subscribers, on a one-to-one basis and talk to some of you guys over Skype and see what you think about this Klitschko Fury fight, who you think is going to win, and give your breakdowns, because some of you are probably sick and tired of hearing me waffling about boxing. So let me bring in some of my subscribers, some of the general public, and see what they think about these particular fights. The first guy you're going to hear me speak to in this video is a guy called Thibaut, who's from France. He does have a YouTube channel where he uploads videos about boxing, and the YouTube channel is called Thibaut Marciano, I believe. I'll leave links in the description to his channel. And the second guy I speak to is a guy who has a YouTube channel called Silver Vision. He's from London, South London, so big up all the South London people. Yeah, Silver Vision is the second person I speak to. So yeah, have a listen and tell me what you think, guys, of these fight breakdowns. Hello, can you hear me?
I hear you.
First of all, introduce yourself. What's your name? Where you're calling from?
My name is Thibaut Rela, and I'm calling from France.
Who's gonna win, Klitschko or Fury?
I think Vladimir is gonna win by knockout between round 5 and round 7, probably.
Okay, so you think it's gonna go a decent amount of rounds? You don't think he's just gonna come out there and steamroll Tyson Fury in 2 rounds? You think it's gonna go at least 5 to 7 rounds?
That was never Vladimir's style. He did that as he was younger, but recently he never did that. The last time he did that was against Ray Austin, if I remember, in 2 rounds, but that was a long time ago, and Tyson Fury is not Ray Austin.
But you're certain that this fight is gonna end by KO? You don't think that Fury can go the distance?
Nah.
No, why not?
He's for me, the only way to survive if he trying to run away, and that's not his mentality. I think he's gonna come aggressive.
Well, you remember the Tony Thompson fight, the first fight with Vladimir Klitschko? How many rounds did that go? 10 rounds?
11
rounds. And you gotta look at Tony Thompson, who, you know, 40 years old or whatever he was at the time, 38. He's a southpaw, and he was able to go 11 rounds with Vladimir Klitschko. Isn't Tyson Fury better than Tony Thompson? You tell me.
Now, yes. At the time, I don't know.
Since Tony Thompson, who was a 40-year-old man, or wherever he was at the time, since he was able to go, whatever it was, 11 rounds of Vladimir, and that fight was quite competitive through those 11 rounds.
That fight was more competitive than what people said. I think Fury is in the record. He's the guy who landed more punches on Vladimir in all his career.
You mean Thompson?
Yeah, that's what they said on HBO in the first fight. He was touching Vladimir to the face many times. But that fight was a bad night at the beginning for Vladimir. He got cut, etc. So yeah, maybe you're making a point, maybe, but I think they are 2 different kind of guys. When Tony Thompson was winning early, he was outboxing Vladimir, but when Vladimir got aggressive, because he had no choice, Emmanuel Stewart was shouting at him, so he had to be aggressive. Tony Thompson became to come in a shell a bit. Yeah, he did. I say makes sense. And at the end of the last 3 rounds, his legs was hurting. I think his legs were injured, because every time Vladimir clinched him, he was going down. So I think in the last 3 rounds, he was only in survival mode, and I think Tyson Fury will not do that. That's why I can see a knockout coming, but maybe he can go on points. I don't know, but I don't think Tyson Fury has a very, very good chin. He got more heart than a chin. What do you
think about Tyson Fury switching between southpaw and orthodox? You think he's gonna do that in this fight? Because, you know, there's a lot of fighters who they know how to fight southpaw and orthodox, but they do it early on in their career, and when they step up in competition, they stop doing it. Yeah, because they know they're not confident enough to do it in big fights.
The problem is that Fury never faced anyone even half as good as Klitschko, so he was able to doing that against the German guy. What was his name?
Christian Hammer.
Yeah, he was able to do it against Hammer, but you see against Steve Cunningham, he didn't do it.
Yeah, that's true.
So I will not advise him to do, but I'm not his trainer, so
Okay.
maybe that can work for him, but that might not be his first game plan. If his gameplay is thinking, oh, I'm gonna be southpaw and then I'm gonna beat him, that's not gonna be enough.
All right, so we all know what Klitschko's gonna do. We know how Klitschko fights. We know he's gonna try to fight long. We know he's gonna try and, use his jab and walk Tyson Fury down. I know you don't think Tyson Fury's gonna win, but if you were in his corner, what would you tell Tyson Fury to do? If you were training him, what would your advice to him be? His best tactics that he should use against Vladimir?
He has a longer reach, but I don't think his longer reach can help him. What can help him is that he has to be unpredictable. So for me, he has to do a bit of everything. He has to be sometimes in the outside, sometimes on the inside. I think early, well, if I was his trainer, but I'm not his trainer, he will try to box Vladimir early, and starting slowly to putting some doubt in his mind, trying to come in the outside.
Okay.
In the middle rounds.
Okay. So you don't think he should just put his hands up like he did against Steve Cunningham and just walk forward and try to drag Vladimir into a dogfight? You don't think those are good tactics? No,
but he doesn't. How can I say that? He has to do it slowly, not like against Cunningham. Against Cunningham, he came to him because he was not scared but worried a bit. Against Vladimir, he has to do it slowly but surely. You know what I mean? Do you remember Carlos Takam against Mike Perez?
Yeah, go on.
Maybe if you do the same kind of like Takam did, boxing a bit for the first 4-5 rounds and then
switching it up.
I mean, slowly to a brawl. That should be a good idea, maybe.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. So anyway, bottom line is you're taking Vladimir to win the fight by knockout between 5 and 7, yeah?
Yeah.
Thibaut Rayla, aka Heston Blumenthal, the master of the kitchen, calling all the way from some small village outside of Paris.
Thank you, bro.
All right, Thibaut. Hello?
Hello.
Who wins the fight, first and foremost? Let's just cut straight to the chase. Who wins it?
I've got to say Vladimir.
All right. Okay. By what method?
Knockout, I think.
Yeah.
If he hits it, it's going to be over.
Early or late?
I'm actually tempted to go for round 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think Tyson's going to really go for it and leave himself open in the process, and then that's going to be the problem.
So you think it's going to be like he's going to be like he was in a Steve Cunningham fight, where he's just going to basically come out, reckless abandon, not care about defense, and just go for it, put his hands up or whatever, and just march straight forward? You think he's going to do that?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, so he's not going to try and box. He's not going to try and use his jab. Nothing like that.
Because I'm sure Peter Fury will give him a game plan.
Yeah.
And so he'll go in and try and stick to the game plan and everything. But he'll find out relatively soon that, I can't outbox Vlad.
Yeah.
So he's going to just think, right, I'm going to have to turn it into like a dogfight sort of thing, and then just go for it, and then Vlad will hit him and it'll be like, what? Fury's in trouble!
Yeah. Well, what do you think about Tyson Fury switch hitting? Because, there's a lot of fighters out there, from James DeGale, Terrence Crawford, they're switch hitters and they can do it even at the highest level. Do you think Fury can pull that off, switching from southpaw to orthodox at the highest level? Because there's certain fighters like Mike Tyson early on in his career, he used to do that. He used to switch hit. But when he stepped up in competition, he stopped doing it. So what do you think about Tyson Fury in this fight? Is he going to come out southpaw? Is he going to try any of those tactics, or is he just going to stick to the orthodox style?
I think he'll try, yeah. I think he will try. I think he'll switch it up a bit. If he might come out orthodox.
Yeah.
And then if it's not, if he thinks that's not working, he'll switch, yeah.
You're someone that's never been impressed with anything that Fury does, innit? Is there anything about Tyson Fury that impresses you at all?
Yeah. The thing that impressed me, like, he's definitely a lot better than I thought, because he looks clumsy. He looks like he's uncoordinated and, like you say, out of shape. But then he just keeps winning.
Yeah.
He keeps winning, and he does look like he's definitely improved, like, with his movement, and he's evasive and stuff like that. It's like Chisora. I don't know in the fight with Chisora if it was that Fury had improved so much or Derek had declined so much.
Yeah, it's an interesting point about the Chisora fight. I don't know if he was, if it was Chisora regressing or Fury getting better. I don't know.
He looked good against Christian Hamer. I know Christian Hamer's not like that great, but he looked very good against him as well with his movement and everything.
Yeah.
Apart from that, yeah.
But looking good against a 6'2" guy who comes forward in straight lines is obviously very different than looking good against Vladimir, who's 6'6", incredible athlete, good reflexes, power in both hands.
Yeah.
So you're going for Vladimir Klitschko to knock out Tyson Fury in the third round, and you'll be going down to William Hill or Ladbrokes to put your bet on as usual.
Yeah, I'll go down there as usual. Yeah.
All right.
I don't want if I had to pick a round, I'd say Klitschko round 3. Yeah.
All right, Klitschko round 3.
Entertaining first few rounds, like a really action-packed fight.
Appreciate the call, bro.
Cheers, man.
All right.